Why do so many men fear marriage? It is a question that sparks heated debates, endless memes, and countless conversations across the world. While some may joke about the ball and chain, the reality is far more complex. The fear of marriage among men is not just about commitment issues or reluctance to settle down. There are hidden reasons rooted in tradition, society, finances, emotions, and even the law that shape this fear. Today, we are pulling back the curtain to explore the real, often unspoken reasons why men hesitate when it comes to tying the knot. For centuries, marriage was seen as a rite of passage, a necessary step into adulthood and respectability. Men were expected to provide, protect, and lead their families. These traditional roles placed immense pressure on men to be the sole breadwinner and the unwavering pillar of strength. Even as society has evolved, echoes of these expectations remain. Many men still feel that marriage comes with a rigid set of duties and standards they must live up to, or risk being labeled as failures. This weight of expectation can be daunting, making the idea of marriage feel less like a partnership and more like a test they are destined to fail. In recent decades, gender roles and relationships have undergone a seismic shift. Women are now more independent, career-driven, and vocal about their needs and desires. This evolution is empowering, but it also means that the old playbook for marriage no longer applies. Men may feel uncertain about their role in a modern partnership, unsure of what is expected of them or how to navigate new dynamics. The fear of making mistakes or not measuring up to a partner's expectations can be paralyzing. For some, it is easier to avoid marriage altogether than to risk entering a relationship where the rules seem to be constantly changing. Money is one of the biggest sources of anxiety for men considering marriage. The traditional expectation that men should be the primary provider still lingers, even as dual-income households become the norm. The cost of weddings, homes, and raising children can be overwhelming. Add to that the fear of financial instability, job loss, or not being able to provide the lifestyle a partner desires. And it is no wonder that many men hesitate. Some worry that marriage will bring financial burdens they are not prepared to shoulder, or that their partner's spending habits could lead to conflict and stress. Marriage is not just a legal contract, it is an emotional commitment. For many men, opening up and being vulnerable can be challenging. Society often teaches men to suppress their feelings, to be stoic and strong. The idea of sharing their deepest fears, insecurities, and dreams with another person can be terrifying. There is also the fear of not being able to meet a partner's emotional needs, or of being judged for their own emotional struggles. This fear of emotional exposure can make marriage seem risky, as if one misstep could lead to heartbreak or rejection. One of the most significant, yet rarely discussed fears men have about marriage is the legal risk involved. Divorce rates remain high in many countries, and stories of contentious separations, custody battles, and financial ruin are all too common. Men may fear losing their assets, their homes, or even access to their children if a marriage ends badly. The legal system is often perceived as being biased against men, especially when it comes to alimony and child custody. This fear of losing everything they have worked for can make marriage seem like a gamble with stakes that are simply too high. Marriage is often associated with a loss of personal freedom. The idea of having to check in with a partner, compromise on decisions, or give up hobbies and friendships can be unsettling. Some men worry that marriage will mean the end of spontaneity, adventure, or the ability to pursue their own interests. There is a fear that their identity will be swallowed up by the demands of a relationship, leaving them feeling trapped or unfulfilled. This perception, whether accurate or not, can be a powerful deterrent. Popular culture and media play a huge role in shaping perceptions of marriage. Sitcoms, movies, and social media often portray marriage as a source of endless conflict, nagging, or disappointment, especially for men. These stereotypes can reinforce negative beliefs and fears, making marriage seem like a losing proposition. When men see their peers or celebrities struggling with marriage, it can validate their own anxieties and make them more hesitant to take the plunge. Personal experiences, both positive and negative, shape how men view marriage. Growing up in a household marked by conflict or divorce can leave deep scars and a fear of repeating the same mistakes. On the other hand, seeing happy, healthy marriages can inspire hope, but may also set unrealistic expectations. Past relationships, heartbreaks, or betrayals can make men wary of trusting again. These personal histories are powerful and often influence decisions more than any societal trend or statistic. It is important to recognize that fear of marriage is not a sign of weakness or immaturity. It is a complex response to a world where the rules of relationships are constantly evolving. By talking openly about these fears, men can begin to challenge the stigma and find healthier ways to approach commitment. Honest conversations, therapy, and support from friends and family can make a huge difference. Marriage should be a choice made from a place of understanding, not fear. If you found this exploration eye-opening, remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Veilbreaker channel for more informative and expository content.